Hi, my name is David. I'm part of the Lichtwerkstatt team, which is a makerspace here at the Arbor Center of Photonics of the University of Jena. In the last videos, we showed you how you can record yourself in front of a blackboard or how to do a screencast from a presentation that you do on your laptop. In this video, we will show you that you can do much more with the OBS Studio software. So for example, you can use different camera settings within one video, and therefore you need to use scenes. And we show you how you integrate title slides or intro and outro slides. And furthermore, we show you how you can use a green screen that is available here at the Arbor Center of Photonics. So let's start our setup. So as you know from the last videos, it's important that you select your record source. So we will do that like we did last time. So first thing is we want to capture our screen. So we click on the display capture, select this, and then you see your screen right here. The next thing you want to do is you want to record yourself. So you add the video capture device. In our case, we use now for this setting the internal webcam. So I select this and click OK. As you may remember from the last video, you can resize this little window and place it wherever you want it to be. So I place it in the right corner here. Okay, and what is also important, that you capture your audio so that your students can actually hear what you are saying. So audio input, okay, and now we take the internal microphone from the laptop and click OK. So, but now it's important that maybe you want to have a scene in front of the blackboard and you want to switch between those scenes. So therefore, there's this little part in the software which is called scenes. You can give the default, for example, by with a right click, you can rename it and call it, for example, in this case, it's a screencast because that's what we set up right now. You call it screencast. And then you may want to add capturing yourself in front of the blackboard. So you have to start another scene. So you click on plus, create another scene, and then you call that one blackboard. Enter. And now you have the possibility to add other sources for video and audio capturing. So in our case, we this time also select another video camera source. So capture video device, it's device 2, we just keep the standard name. And this time we want to use the conference system from Logitech that is here provided in the studio. So we select this one, and because we see that it doesn't fit the preview scene, the black one, we want to have a good resolution, and we pick Full HD, which is 1920 times 1080, and click OK. So now you see everything is captured and you see all of the blackboard. Okay, important here is now also that you select the audio input capturing tool. So we select audio, okay, and then we use, in this case, again, the conference system here to capture the audio. Okay, so now you have two recording setups. One is your laptop where you use the internal microphone and the webcam to record yourself, and the other one is you use the conference system to capture the blackboard, and so you can switch between those scenes very easily. So you could do that by just clicking between the scenes, and if you have started your record, OBS will capture the different scenes. But what is easier for you to do is that you define some hotkeys, so you can switch very quickly between the different settings. So we go on settings, on hotkeys, and now what you can see is here is a little field where you can define a hotkey. So switch to scene, and then in there you can enter a specific key on your keyboard that switches to that scene. So we named that scene Blackboard, so we know we will be recorded on the blackboard. And for me, that's the second scene I want to record. My first scene, which is called Screencast, I give it a 1. or I define it as 1. So now I can switch between the scenes, click on apply, and then you can switch between the different settings by just hitting 1 and 2, and then you see it here now on the display that OBS switches between different setups. Okay, so let's start a recording. So now we have started the recording, and maybe you want to go to your PowerPoint and do this one, maximize it, and start your PowerPoint. And now you can switch between the different scenes. So as we remember, 1 is the screencast, so this is what I'm seeing now in front of me. But then there's a possibility, so I will go now to the Blackboard to explain something for my students. And I just hit the 2, so now I know that the other camera is capturing me in front of the Blackboard, and I can, I don't know, write something down, test, for example. When I'm done with that, I just go back to the laptop and hit the number 1, or the key 1. So now it switches back the recording to my screen that I see right in front of me. So now we are back in the PowerPoint. The recording switches between those settings by hitting the keys. So now I can continue with my slides, and that's what my students will see. So that's what you could do with the different camera scenes. So, but now let us stop the recording and think about, okay, what is, if you want to have an intro slide or outro slide, and you don't want your students to see that you're switching between your scenes on the laptop. So for that case, you can also add a new scene. We define that as intro. Click enter, and now we have the possibility to select again an input source. So in this case, we use an image because we want just to have an intro slide. So that is the intro picture. And we provide some basic intros that you can use, but you don't have to, in the folder on the desktop. So you can see it here, slide intro. We open it, and now that is the background for that scene. We click OK, and as you can see, it's too big at the moment, so you can resize it as usually, and just place it in perfect size on the preview area. So now we have done that, and you can also define for this, for example, when it's the intro, then it should be the 1, but let's say it's the outro. So I select Hotkeys again, and then you see now that you can define another key, and let's select a 3. So I know 1 is the screencast, 2nd is the capturing me in front of the Blackboard, and 3 is my outro slide for that video that I do. Now, for example, you could start your record or end your record without people seeing you when you exit the software or something. So you can just show them the outro slide. If you want to put your contact details or something on that slide, you can do that as well by just clicking on the sources and then text. So now you can add a text, so let's call that contact. Okay. And now you can enter, I don't know, your email address. So xx at University of Jena .de, and you see in the background that the font size is very big. So you could go here on select font and just make it a little bit smaller. So for example, make it to 60 and click on OK. So now you see it's smaller right now. You can also go down here and define the color or change the color. So now it's white, but you can also go with black. So you can see here. Click on OK. Now we can move it. You can also resize it here if you want to. Okay, so this is my outro slide, for example. So I place it like that. And now you could, at the end of your presentation, just hit the 3, and then this is the last thing OBS will record. There are other opportunities. So for example, you can also add other media files as a background. So for example, you can select a video file, which we do here right now. So you select this one, and then I don't know, if you want to have something that is played continuously, you just select loop, click on OK, and now you see that you have this video file. So that could be another outro intro slide for you. But what you see now, okay, I have the problem, my text is still there, but you cannot see it because the layer of the video file is just at the front. So what you can do now is you can go into your sources and just readjust this. So bring it into the front layer. So now you can see it's also in this little outro slide. Present. So, and that's it with what you can do with the editing so far, or with the setups, with the more detailed setups. But let's have a look on the green screen, what you can do there. Here at Epicenter of Photonics, we also have the opportunity for you to use a green screen. You see it in my back. And you can use that to integrate yourself into your slides or walk in front of different backgrounds. So usually it's used by gamers or media producers, but we can use it also for digital teaching. So what we use here is the chroma key effect. That means that a defined background color gets transparent, and you can replace that background through a media file or through your slides or whatever you want it to be. Most commonly it's green or blue screens. In our case, it's a green one, but you can also use, for example, at home, a bed sheet to have that kind of effect. And in OBS, you can use this kind of technology that way, that you go to your different camera options. So now we have here back into the screencast, and then you select the screencast video capture device, go on filters and add a filter, which is named chroma key. We just keep the name, and then you already see it's predefined as green is transparent. So now you already see that it's no background right now. So what you can do now, you can resize again yourself here, and just to show you how the effect looks like if you do a recording, I start a recording and go into my slides that I have prepared here, maximize them, and now you see me in front of my slides in the right corner. Okay, that's one opportunity how you can use the green screen, but you also can use it, for example, if you use an external camera, so you have a broader picture of yourself. So let's try this. So I stop the recording right here, and we go to our our other setting, the Blackboard setting, where we use the external camera to record ourselves. So also here we can define a filter. It's just the same like before, chroma key, say OK. Now you see it's pre-selected that green is transparent. You click on close, and now it's just me in the screencast, in the recording. And we want to give the record a background. So for example, that could be a program or a PowerPoint presentation. So we do a window capture and select, in our case here, the Spider application to stay in front of a code that we want to talk about with our students. So I click on OK, and as you can see right now, I'm in the background, so you can see me move here. But because I want to be in the front of that software, I just have to do that by bringing me into the front layer. And now you see that I'm in front of the program. And I can, for example, point out some stuff to the code right here. The advantage compared to doing that with the screencast is that you can also walk through your own screen and explain something and point out different things. So we hope that this little video was helpful for you to get more advanced knowledge about how you can make your recordings more entertaining. And we are looking forward for your videos.